Welcome, everybody, to the Onward VR Master League Season 10, Week 8. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's, and I am going to be delivering you some bronze action today. 2 new teams to Season 10, duking it out, and 2 teams that have had games cast since they've joined Season 10. So it's kind of exciting after casting that first game of a new team into the league, because they get that opportunity to learn for the first time. And so I'm very interested to see how both of these teams have grown since the last time they have been spectated. West Coast Riders had a match just the other day that was cast. So I'm curious if they maybe learned anything from that series in the time since they've played. But it's either way going to be an exciting and pretty, I think, evenly matched game. Looking at Questcumbers, they had a tough go recently against, I'm failing on the name, I got it here, Ground Branch. Ground Branch, definitely a team that has been growing fast, but recently have done very well against Delta Squad. So they're on a very strong 12-6 win from Delta Squad coming into this against West Coast Riders. And conversely, West Coast Riders coming off of a bit of a win streak, 2 wins under their belt. Their most recent loss at the start, well, in the middle, I suppose, of the week 2 against Murphy's Maniacs. But this West Coast Riders team has been at it. I mean, they have been consistently playing matches and challenging teams. I think they have a total of, they've challenged a team every week that they've been involved in this league. And I think it's the right way to do it, to come into a new season and just look for as many games you can get under your belt. You know, you don't got to worry about MMR necessarily, but you are looking to improve and get better as a player. And so, you know, I think it's the right tactic to go for. You know, just get repetition in on your first season. Just play games, so that when it comes time, you know, when you really do start to push into silvers, golds, maybe start to compete for a top 10, you're ready for it. But either way, WCR certainly putting in work. Questcumbers also have, I think, played a few challenge games, or challenge matches, excuse me, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. Yes, they did do a challenge match last week. So they're into the swing of things, you know, the Ground Branch challenge match. Maybe that's what caught them off guard. And so is this also a challenge match? I think it might be, actually. I have to confirm this. You know what? Double check. Let's do our homework. Let's head on over to vrmasterleague.com/onward/matches, where you can see all the matches that are going to be live for the whole week. Also, obviously, where you schedule your matches. Good place to see what's coming up next. Either way, it is a challenge match. The little saber icon there marked. And I think it's random in terms of who's home or away, who gets decided home or away. So I don't know who the challenger was. But West Coast Riders is going to be home in this series today. And both teams getting into the lobby, so we gotta get into pick bands. I gotta take a quick break, get everything set up here. Coming out from West Coast Riders, we have a Bazaar ban. Coming in from Questcumbers, we have a Quarantine ban. So the range limited in terms of map choices. You know, I don't know if you've been hearing in the background the birds chirping. Map 1's gonna be Suburbia, so we're gonna kick things off close quarters. And Downfall is really their only option for range here. Cargo also on the table, obviously, as well as Subway. So we're gonna see some close range battles. Obviously, Suburbia kicking it off, but Downfall in play here. So we'll have to see how this unfolds. Still waiting for the rest of this lobby to ready up, and we are going to cut to a very brief 2-minute intermission. We'll be right back and into map number 1. So don't go anywhere. West Coast Riders versus Questcumbers coming at you in a few minutes. Thank you all for patiently waiting. We are here ready for round 1 in map 1 on Suburbia. West Coast Riders versus Questcumbers. And let's take a quick look at active rosters and our first objective of the day. Coming in from West Coast Riders, we have One Shot Kills 42, Nomad, Tankbuster 33, Stony 88, and Ninja Monkey SD. And coming in from Questcumbers, we have Ghoul, Dante Meme, El Marvin, Dr. Anthrax, and Varix. I got tripped up on the QC there, representing the Questcumbers, so we'll stick with Dr. Anthrax. But active rosters for both squads here. No league subs having to be dipped into, and I really do think we're going to get a pretty solid back and forth today. As if on cue, round 1 is going to begin, and we are going to be hopping in to this burning building objective. An interesting one to start things off with, because it can be one that you can get aggressive with and attack early. So I'm curious to see what Questcumbers do on defense.
Now they can actually hear us. So.
Yes, he did. He had team chat on.
Shut up. Shut up now.
Yeah, I was trying to make a funny joke. You're ruining it.
For being casted.
Yeah, we are.
The energy definitely there for Questcumbers. We'll see if it's enough energy to carry them in to a round 1 W, or if West Coast Riders is going to come into this one synced up and coordinated. Ninja already pushing his way up over to APC, taking command of this far east side of the map right away, and he's looking to pick up Dante earlier. At least someone over here, Marvin, able to find those shots. One Shot Kills does push inside. Varix patiently waiting inside the second floor. Raid on the outside. We'll have to peek back into the inside. Gonna be pulled across here. He's also pushing in from the playground, so a nice little West Coast Riders pinch, and it's a 4-4 right now.
Coming up lane 1 and lane 2.
Oh, Varix pushing out comms there. Yeah, Nomad thought he was up on the second floor. Varix bottom floor here, though. Shot still ringing out over here in the playground. Stony and
One very back house.
another one way over here. Tankbuster trying to swing their way over onto the corner. And again, we have to split the attention. Varix danger close to One Shot Kills on this bottom floor. One Shot Kills comes up. Hopefully not a team kill coming out. No, it doesn't. Varix is still bottom floor here, though. He may challenge this. We'll have to keep our attention, again, peeled, because Stony and Tankbuster are pushing in. Stony finds one. A flash comes out. I think it denies them vision. Marvin putting a pause on them.
One down, Volk spawn.
Varix needs to do something about these guys up on second story. Marvin able to deny Stony from pushing up here, looking for Tankbuster next, because Tankbuster here pushing into the playground, danger close to objective. Varix pushes up the stairs, catches one. Nomad aware of his presence, has trouble on the rail, does get the shots off. Marvin able to pick off another in the middle, and this has been a exciting back and forth that now comes down into a 1v1. Now take a breather. .2:15 on the clock. Lots of time for Nomad to work with. Smoke's not in play here. Current ruling in the league. No smokes or C4 unless agreed upon. And Marvin can't quite see through these shubs, so he's not going to spot Nomad here, who does manage to cross. Nomad gathering information, sees dead teammates, has to assume someone's here defending, and Marvin does decide to cross at a very inopportune time. Spots out Nomad either way. Both of them exposing themselves out of cover, and Questcumbers able to hang on to the defense for round 1. And this is what I anticipated, really. Back and forth. And for it to be close, because just looking at looking on paper, the algorithm does its job, and eventually, after a couple of games, you really start to get some close matchups. And Both of these teams capable of putting out big W's, but also have suffered of a loss, a tough loss in the season already, at least one or two. And so I think at this point you can kind of, obviously still rookies as they are new to season 10, but you know, after 5 or 6 games under your belt, start to kind of get the hang of things and how league operates, and now taking that minute and a half between rounds to sort of hash out a strategy and figure something out. Figure out how Questcumbers want to attack this one, because that was close. West Coast Riders obviously want to return with a Volk round of their own and move on to our next objective, but we'll see. If you're Questcumbers, you're feeling good right now. You just came off of your Volk round. Why not try and go for something, you know, something spicy, as I believe Theta would say. Here we are, though, round 2 underway. Questcumbers attacking WCR. See what they go with here. No pre-fire coming out. Matt taking up APC position. He's going to look for that prone angle underneath the treads, or through the treads, actually. Stoney actually catches one out, as does Ninja Monkey, who's pushing up and catches a second. A bit of a double coming out here for Ninja. Has to be careful to not get picked up by his team's pre-fire. Ghoul down here, dangerously close. Is Dante Meme just on the other side of the wood fence? Ninja here with the flash. A good one comes out. No, it's a nade, actually. Goes a bit far, and here comes fire from the second story as well. The nade avoiding Dante. The callouts from Ghoul to shoot down here at the Ninja Monkey. Dante trying to calm in, does get the one hand off. I think he was calming into Ghoul and had the other hand out there, but a nice shot either way. Ghoul still resable. And a 1v4 for Varix. He doesn't go over there and pick up his teammate. Good awareness there from Varix, checking his tablet. Sees he has 1 res available over here on Ghoul. Checks his watch. Sees he has about 3.5 left to do it, but Ghoul's not going to be resable forever. Once you go down, it's about 2.5 minutes. Maybe a minute and a half. One of those. Until you are unresable and dead. You have bled out, so he does have a bit of a limited time to work with. Ghoul's been down for a little while here. Stoney still has the angle as well from the second floor, but he's not holding it now, so this res should come through.
Clear, it's clear, it's clear. It's clear. Clear, man, it's clear.
Varix trying to find the body of Ghoul here.
I'm not up.
Where the hell's your body?
I don't know, man. Around. The heck?
Your
A
body?
good
What
tip
I
here.
can't get you.
A good tip here is Ghoul should be directing Varix to where he sees his body
Probably like rummaging around there.
and telling him to inject into his body. That's really, I think, the solution there, because what Varix sees doesn't necessarily matter. Ghoul now has bled out, and so there's that timer going down, and him in a panic looking for the body gets picked up by Tank Busters, who has the angle, and West Coast Riders snag their defensive round. 4 left alive. But again, as I was saying, I think the way to do that is you direct your friendly to the body that you see on your client side. Tell him to inject, into what could be air to him, but a body for you. I think that works. It could be the other way around as well. So if that's the case, then you really just are kind of out of luck, and it's a matter of your teammate finding your body. I haven't had that happen to me in a while. I also don't play enough for it to be happening to me very often, but More of a killer, less of a reviver. By the way, we go to a new objective for round number 3. Switching sides of the map. I'm curious to see what kind of attack the teams put on this objective. Without smokes, it's a bit of a different animal to approach, so. See what they do, what sort of setup they come out with here. Number 3. Questcumbers keeping it loose. Getting scolded for talking about cheese before the round, but good to keep it loose.
You're the best caster. You're much better than Theta.
Oh, jeez. Throwing shade on you there, Theta. Ghoul coming at you with the hot words. Not from me, man. Not out of my mouth. I didn't say nothing. But the full man press coming out here. Getting shut down by Anthrax out the gate. The nade not going far enough. Varx playing it patient. Ghoul applying pressure around the nades. Another flash comes out and over. Ghoul definitely blinded there. Varx still has an angle, though. Nomad finally spots this out. One shot pushing in from lane 2. May be able to flank Ghoul if he keeps pushing up. We'll make it shot in the back. Marvin finds him. Nomad able to pick up Varx. And finally push in here. Ghoul pushing in from the wood. Getting aggressive on the trade. 2 left alive on Questcumbers. And in a flash, they go up 2-1. The quick running gun effort there from Questcumbers. And the flash is just not landing. I think, well, they threw nades, they needed flashes, or they threw flashes, they needed nades, but... Either way, Questcumbers doing a solid job holding on there. See what kind of offense they throw at West Coast Riders, but... You know, again, it's just a touch out of sync. If they come in from lane... You know, if you're going to push heavily on that side, let's get into it. I'm just thinking here. I'm theory crafting. If you're going to push heavy onto this side, and you're going to invest 2 or 3 here with nades and utility charging in from this lane, you're then going to not want to push this side of lane 2. This is not the right lane to push. The right lane to push is inside here on the other side of the shrubs, where sure, you're going to have to watch the corners there, the concrete barriers, but you can swing and catch the porch guy who's trying to take out this push here, which is what they needed. They just needed that little extra bit of pinch. You avoid getting shot in the back, which is why you don't push this lane if you're going to push that side heavy. And I think it could have been the right move there for West Coast Riders. They may have been able to overwhelm that side, take control, and then you can defend from the counter rotation from the defense. Either way, a fun bit of thinking on strategy there as we now hop into round number 4.
Might be safer.
Yeah, I agree. Gotta keep an eye on lane 1.
Bit more focused comms from West Coast Riders, not necessarily as loose, and we'll see if that has an impact. I mean, Questcumbers here, 2-1. Playing a bit of a passive offense, not really getting too aggressive. Ninja's pushed up to the shrubs, can't be spotted. If he pushes too much, Ghoul's gonna have an opportunity to pick up that kill. And yeah, Ninja not ready for that. He was anticipating a ground to push. I talk about this a lot. Teams often defend against their push. So what you saw there was West Coast Riders defending against how they would push. He's just anticipating them to be more quickly into that corner there, and flash comes out. I think that might have caught Nomad. Varg seems to have an idea of that potential defensive position there. Trade going in favor of West Coast Riders evens the odds a little bit. Very good flash. Nomad blind here. Varx not necessarily capitalizing off it, though. And with flashes, you only have 5-6 seconds to work with. So by now, Nomad has vision again, and he's been flashed twice. So if anything, he's more ready for somebody to be pushing up here down this lane. Kind of like we've seen with smokes. Sometimes players would throw smokes in positions and then not move off of those smokes. The smokes dissipates, and then nobody's advanced off of that blind. Similar with smokes, with flashes here. If you throw the flash and blind them, and then don't push off of it aggressively, there's not much of a point to it. So, Varx certainly could have had Nomad on the corner here and could have had control of objective side of this map, but gonna have to instead compete. Nomad doesn't seem to be aware of Varx pushing up here. Haven't flinched yet, and Varx does peek on the corner, catches him out. A trade over in lane 3-4, it looks like, again. Does keep things pretty close. 3-2 for Questcumbers. Dante on the backside. I think we're going to keep our eye on Varx, who is on objective side of OBJ. And I think one shot... I haven't heard any comms in, but Stoney seems to be rotating. This is a good time for Anthrax to be in lane 2. You can catch out the rotation of Stoney here. But he's going to be able to get over on that side of OBJ. Varx is going to have a little additional pressure that he wasn't having. Might be able to catch out Stoney. Fire coming through the wood walls. No one goes down. Varx gets behind the crates. That's a good nade. Goes a bit far. Rolls a bit too far. Stoney rotating back off of that position. Doesn't want to get trapped there. Good flash. Varx blind in corner here. Stoney able to rotate up off of that blind, so that's a good use of the denial of vision there. Varx maybe not going to be ready for Stoney to be crouched up here, and if Varx continues the push, not going to be ready for that. Oh, good eyes either way. Varx picks up the kill. Now it's a 3v1. One-shot kills all alone on the patio. The most important pickup has been secure. Now one shot, honestly, in a pretty decent spot. Obviously vulnerable to some pre-fire through the wood, but Questcumber is not positioned to push from that side. All he has to do here is wait for them to get up to objective, and again, only a minute left for them to do it. Here, the comms there. Good reaction from one shot. Dr. Anthrax using a mount and gets a little audio cue there, clicking in and out of that mount. One shot able to react accordingly, and now 25 seconds left for Dante to cross a decent distance to get to objective. Has to be looking for the kill here and not the cap. That is the time. Dante not paying close enough attention to his watch. Gets the audio cue at 30 seconds and still doesn't react fast enough. West Coast Riders hold on to their defensive round and keep things even here. A very solid hold from that final defender. I think it was... who was that? I think it was one shot, but... either way, keeping things tight for map 1. We are into round number 5.
Gotta get the blood pumping, boys. Let's go.
76, 76, 52.
You coming in lane 1 or 2, or what's up?
Probably 2.
Alright, I'm gonna try and get a little fast peek on 1 and go slow.
On board, one shot to kick this thing off, and he is getting aggressive down lane 2. Shots coming in the gate. Ghoul not finding anything. Those are pre-fire coming in. Varix actually in trouble. And look at how aggressive Ninja's getting out of Playground, applying the pressure right out the gate. This West Coast Riders team not taking their time at all. Stoney swings there, doesn't get spotted by Dante, and that's a big move there to be in that position. He does get heard from Anthrax. The nade doesn't get tossed far enough, so Anthrax going to be safe on the corner. No, he's down, actually. Getting picked up there by Dante finally, and so a trade in the middle, and Varix goes down. Shots coming in from Nomad.
2, second floor.
Tankbuster looking for some action up into that second floor. It all comes down to Dante in objective room. West Coast Riders have put up a great offensive round here. Dante spotting the rotation over on APC side. Doesn't find the shots he needs. Very vulnerable to a potential cap here if Nomad swings in from Playground and pushes up. They don't want the cap. They just want the round. One shot finds the shots from that second story. And West Coast Riders with a very quick push. 3-2 now. Does seem like we have a few drops on Questcumbers' side. Hopefully that's a quick reconnect. If not, we'll cut to a brief intermission, but give them a few minutes. They have about, the minute and a half between rounds, really, so. See if it's a couple of quick reconnects. Get rid of that KD for the stream. I think that's the real root of the issue there. Want to clear up their kill-death ratio. Speaking of, El Marvin 6-3. Madden Tankbuster 5-3. And I do have all 5 back in lobby, so I think we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna avoid having to cut to an intermission. They're reconnected. They're probably taking that minute and a half to strategize. Either way, I haven't been informed of a timeout coming in, so. Go based off of that info. Good start to the series, though. Certainly that. West Coast Riders with a really good offensive round there, and now all I have to do is defend effectively. does look like we are going to get into round number 6 here. But yeah, West Coast Riders just need to defend this tank objective, and they will take map number 1.
Pray for me. I need 3 kills
I
right
believe it is their map pick.
I'm praying, bro.
Oh,
I'm
you're
praying.
gonna get 5 kills, man. Don't you worry about it.
Yeah,
I believe West Coast Riders is home. So not shocking to see them doing well here, but good series either way. Pre-fire coming in down lane number 1. Nomad set up to watch any entry into the backyard, and it's a pretty slow push from Questcumbers, so kind of a contrast in styles on offense. Questcumbers playing it slow, methodic. Making sure no one's pushing up. Speaking of pushing up, Ninja
One dead, one dead.
getting a little over aggressive there. And if he's using FMJ, Varex could have had body armor there to maybe negate some of that damage. He certainly did get shot. You saw him having to heal there. So bullets did land, but just not enough of them. Marvin able to scoop up Stony on the 2nd floor. A nice little thread the needle pick there. He's going to have to go up against Nomad next, who does have the angle. Down goes Marvin. Certainly resible, and all Anthrax has to do is toss a flasher nade up over top of the house. But confirmed there, so no res going to be coming in. Now the
One
push
dead
from
in
Tankbuster
Playground.
in Playground. Ghoul pushing up and looking for the refrag. Tosses a good nade. Doesn't go far enough. Would have been a better flash. A good swing here, though. Catches Tankbuster out. A nice shot from Nomad across the way from this
Lane 4.
front window position, saving that entry point coming in. West Coast Riders maintain control of center house, but that is really it. They could be easily flanked if Anthrax rotates around. Varex is doing just that. Ooh, the challenge there in the trade. And we go into the 1v1, and is one-shot kills watching APC side becomes the real question. Also, is Varex going to try and go for this res? I think he is. I think Varex is trying to rotate around for the res. One shot. Could have an angle out the window there, but I don't think he hears him. But with 2 minutes left, this is the move. He's got to do it a little bit quicker, though. Dante's been down for quite a while. Actually doesn't look like he is going for this res. He finally drops back. Goes for the full sprint. That's what we needed. But Dante needed. Varex gets there in time. Can find the body successfully. Gets that res. And now it all comes down to the timer. And one shot kills. 1:30 left. For one shot to hold on to this one. And one shot's doubting his positioning. Maybe thinking he's lacked in coverage here and someone could be behind Tank. He's got to, yeah, he's starting to worry about now this side of the map. And rightfully so, as Varex and Dante are going to be pushing in from it. Information for him to work with. Varex makes it across. The double peek. Varex and Dante swing into the gap. Nice job from the two of them. A high five to celebrate a flashbang tossed in the air. And the series continues on map number 1, 3-3. Take a quick look at the KD
Oh, I'm up here. By the way,
of some of these players coming out here today. El Marvin 7-4, Nomad 8-4. The two standout performers.
I'm with you, Nomad.
Copy.
Focus comms from West Coast Riders, and we'll see if it's enough to get them their map pick. It's all tied up here. 3 apiece, and they are going to be attacking that far back garage objective, so it's not going to be easy. Not necessarily one you can push quick or get too aggressive with. You have to really make sure you get it all set up and all in position as Ninja nearly gets taken down there, swinging around through Playground. Dante's going to be checking the corner, as is Doctor, who's up on the second floor. Shots coming in. Ninja gets tagged on the shoulder. He's down in Resible.
Lane 3 dead.
Tank Buster picks up another, and 2 are down quickly for West Coast Riders. The over-aggressive push here getting punished. Ghoul snags Nomad, their key fragger for West Coast Riders, and it's not looking good in the 2v5. Ninja, honestly, pretty easily resible if they just have Stony rotate around. I liked One Shot's initial positioning here, but he's going to drop off of it and maybe expose himself to Marvin if he crosses.
Go get him. Go get him. Go get Nomad.
This is the riskiest way to go do it. Varix moving off of those comms, pushes down the stairs, trading with Stony. Stony swinging here out in through the open. A huge gap he has to cross here. Doctor misses the shots, as does Dante. He's going to be able to get around here and get the res. And just scooped up, and a 2v3, so West Coast Riders certainly in a position here to apply the pressure they need to, but not if that happens. Anthrax goes down. Stony doesn't swing in time. Marvin's going to push up to APC. And now he's all on his lonesome. Oh, Marvin actually going up to get the res. A heavily reinforced defense. Dante finds the final kill.
Let's go! I like winning!
Celebration from Questcumbers as they manage to snag West Coast Riders map pick. Now we head to map number 2. Questcumbers get their choice of map, and I'm not sure what they're going to select, if we're going to go range or if we're going to keep things tight, and it looks like we are going to be keeping things tight. Map 2 going to be cargo. I don't know about this choice, because just watching West Coast Riders, I feel like their aggression nearly working out for them when it was done on the right objectives. On cargo, I feel like you can get aggressive on every objective. And so I don't know if this is the right choice for Questcumbers here, because I do think West Coast Riders might have a good chance. I'm obviously not looking at the numbers here. I'm just going off of what I've seen on Suburbia, and we'll see. West Coast Riders, I mean, obviously Questcumbers taking that map, so if it does come down to the close quarters, they've proven that they are the ones that can do it, but Map number 2, round number 1. Questcumbers on the offense, coming off of a map 1 W, coming into their map pick. We'll see what sort of defensive setup West Coast Riders throw at him. They try and get aggressive, and that doesn't work out for Ninja too well. He gets scooped up by Marvin, and off to the races is Questcumbers. The early pickup. We're going to push in from the east. Barrick's managing to come in through doorway. Tankbuster evening the odds by scooping up El Marvin, and so kill for a kill. A nade comes in his direction, but doesn't get the right bounces it needs. Dante and Tankbuster in a bit of a tussle. One shot is pushed up here, but he's playing it quiet. Stoney finds Varix in the middle. Ghoul's gonna challenge him next. Not if Nomad has anything to say about it, though. There he is, the trade. Stoney goes down. Nomad could go for the res. One shot's got the entry from Dante covered. The stealth defensive position from One Shot finally pays off.
North Piper or whatever.
I don't know if Anthrax knows he's the last one alive. He does know where Nomad is.
Oh.
I think he realizes he's now the last one alive. The rotation here for the res. Coming out from One Shot. Seems to be the only one that wants to commit to getting the reses. Maybe he's the field medic of the team. But either way, it's now a 3v1, and we'll see what old Doctor can come up with here. I mean, that's a good bit of comm noise coming in there from Anthrax. I don't know what that is in the background or what comes in. Obviously, nothing that anyone on the defense can hear, but if he gets closer, could become an issue. One Shot's dropped off of his forward position, tucked in. The wise choice, covering the key angles. He holds this one tight enough. Gonna be running into Doctor here pretty soon. Just the feet coming in, and as soon as he rounds, almost catches a bit of pre-fire nearly from One Shot, but very well done there. West Coast Riders snag a very important round 1 start. An early lead to map 2. If you want to help support the VRML, you're doing great by tuning in today. We appreciate you stopping by. Hit the follow button if you haven't. And also head on over to Twitter. You want to follow Onward_VRML on Twitter. You can also follow West Coast Riders. They have a team Twitter. It is at Riders Coast. So if you want to be tuned into the happenings of that team in particular, you can go follow them on Twitter as well. We are hopping into round number 2 of map 2. Good start for West Coast Riders. We'll see if they can pile on to a lead or if Questcumbers are going to answer back.
One's going tunnel, one's going tunnel. Oh, my back sheet.
Suppressifier coming in. Varex getting aggressive. Catches out one-shot kills, and Questcumbers pushing up. It's a risk.
Yes, yes. Go, 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 go. Hit me.
Oh, this res, yeah, no dice. Dante picks him up. Nomad's pushed too far forward. Stony finds one in the back lines. Anthrax goes down. No, excuse me, Nomad goes down to Anthrax, and jeez. Questcumbers suffocate this offense.
Dance party.
Okay, away we go. Round number 3.
Grenade. No, get it.
Oh, 6 times. 7 times.
And you gonna steal it from him?
Little swapping of utility on the Questcumbers side, and Tank Buster able to get an early cross. One shot gonna go for a late cross. Does get over there. But I think Tank Buster could have been undetected if one shot didn't risk for that cross. It does pay off though. One shot finds Ghoul with a very nice angle. Nade coming in from Varex. See at where? Oh, it's a bit short. Prey between Tank Buster and Marvin in the middle.
I got one down mid. I'm still alive. You could possibly res me. I traded.
One shot, quick to get that res. The field medic of his team picks up Tank in no time, and Nade comes out. Oh, just a flash up and over. I don't think that's going to catch much of anything, but does spot Dante and gets him in a trade. A couple of more flash nades coming in, and no real movement off of them. Doctor spots a ninja.
Near objective.
Push coming in there from Ninja, and the trade in the center. Nomad goes down. Is Nomad down? No, okay. Nomad, oh, excuse me, Nomad down, Dante. Wow, that's the shot he made. Jeez Louise. Prone there underneath multiple doorways. Either way, it's all down to Varex now. Once Varex rotates around and scoops up a res. Varex is hearing those footsteps from one shot all the way in the center. Being a bit on edge. Actually, those might have been his own footsteps. Either way, one shot's moving around. 2:30 left, so plenty of time for Vars to work with. He doesn't need to get too aggressive. He can catch out the rotators. One shot goes down. That headshot just missed. Now Nomad and Stony get a little bit more information. Vars should swing around and rotate off of this. A good confirm, though. With only 2 left alive, though, Stony and Nomad gotta be feeling the pressure. Varex has managed to slowly almost even the odds. I think he's going to challenge Nomad in the center next. I don't think Varex going to be ready for Stony, who pushed forward there to hold the most important angle of all. Catches out the final kill, and WCR maintain their lead, push it up 2-1. Shout out to all you guys hanging out in chat. Do appreciate you stopping by and catching some VRML action. Said it before, but as a reminder, hit that follow button because we do it here pretty regularly. We'll have a few more. Have a game tomorrow. That'll be cast by, I believe, Theta. No, excuse me, Mono and Anonymous. Not a mouse. Deadshot Vipers, they're a brand new team, as is, I believe, Counting Q. So if you want to see 2 brand new teams to the leagues, their first match ever, that'll be interesting. See if they're ready for that kind of pressure. Kind of a welcome to the league sort of thing, but it'll be fun to see what the new talent is in the field there, because what we're sort of seeing here is the new developed talent, right? These teams, 4 or 5 games under their belt, they have sort of already had that moment of loss, where they've had a tough opponent and lost severely, and they've had big wins. So both of these teams seasoned in the way of the league after a couple of games, and so far, it's really shown. This has been a great back and forth. Round number 4 underway. Really pick up for Questcumbers. Goes into their favor. A botched nade doesn't go far enough. Nomad coming in here with some nades and flashes. Those don't find much purchase, but the nade that gets tossed in did. Dante and Anthrax down. Marvin prone here, looking to answer back. Nomad pat out on the corner. Dante's still alive, and he's actually shooting. I thought he was dead, but he's alive here. And Nomad is looking for the cap. Is he gonna get it? He got it! Under 4 alive defenders. Nomad punches in the code up against that little doorway there, and West Coast Riders stay in this one in a big way. Map 2 going to them 4-1. We're going to a final map number 3, West Coast Riders map choice. Map 3 is taking us to yet another close quarters brawl. There's going to be no sniping tonight. Subway is where we're headed to round this series off, and it's fitting. It's been a close quarters battle all the way through, and we're not going to change the pace that we've had today. It's been pretty quick. 2 maps done in about an hour's time, so they've run through those short-range maps pretty fast, and now, yeah, interested to see what sort of pace we get here on Subway, because you can kind of get a bit of both. And you can play it pretty quick depending on your spawn, but at the same time, you can be slow and patient with your setup and then collapse on an objective a lot easier on this kind of map, so I'm assuming Questcumbers is going to align with that strategy a little bit more. I do anticipate some aggression from West Coast Riders on some of these objectives. This one certainly capable and can be played pretty fast. So we'll see what sort of strategy comes out of the gate here. No subs coming in from either side. And as if I can read the future, we're ready and waiting for the start of round number 1. Let's go on board West Coast Riders, see how they're feeling.
125, 85, 43, you know.
I like the way you're talking.
Probably on fire right now. I can't
That's him right now.
That's what I like to hear. It certainly has been a good game. That's I was just saying in chat. Been a fun one to spectate, and a great way for West Coast Riders to go into map 3, their map choice, and I think they are going to play this one aggressive as anticipated. They can come right out of this OBJ here, up these stairs if they so choose, but actually they're going to go to the alternate underground route, it seems, so far. Marvin is getting information, though. Marvin on the second story can hear all these footsteps beneath him. We're going to have to follow Ninja as he continues to push forward with Tank. They're going to be relatively uncontested, but they are investing some utility to get through here. Again, nobody defending, so let's go back on board Nomad and One Shot, who do seem to be thinking about making this push, and Marvin, he can catch toes if he holds the right angle. He's actually going to push up at probably the worst time. No, the right time. Nomad goes down. Marvin catches the bullet in the chest. He's not going to have that option to heal again if One Shot finds the shots he needs. He's dialed in. He gets him. The trade there comes through. Stony going to be able to reinforce.
Down over here on the stairway. Traded.
Is the guy dead? Wait, no.
Stony is going to reinforce this. Ghoul coming back here. One Shot should hear this rotation. He's ready for it. Dialed in. The trade coming in from Ghoul. The worthwhile res is 2 for 1 there. But they have cleared out the on-objective defense, and curious to see how the push comes through. Tankbuster's going to find an incredibly exposed Dante, maybe even Varix if he's fortunate. Varix seems to hear Tankbuster. He gets the kill, a very important pickup. That would have been Dante's demise for sure. And it's looking like it's going to come down to Stony and Ninja. Stony's going to push up the stairwell. And Ninja is going to come in from the subway north stairs. He has info on Doc, doesn't have info on Dante, and a couple of good angles from Questcumbers come together for a round win. A good way to answer back with a tough cap on him. And they take the lead 1-0. Taking that full minute and a half between rounds here to set up their approach and defense. West Coast Riders need to answer back here with their own defensive round, and your Questcumbers, you're really looking to pile on right now. If you can answer back, get a 2-0 lead coming off of a 4-1 map loss on your map pick, I mean, can't ask for a better situation here. And obviously the map pool pretty limited for West Coast Riders, so maybe the right choice would have been to pick side instead of the map, and then force Questcumbers to choose Downfall or Subway, but it comes down to your confidence on the map there, and so maybe West Coast Riders wanting to guarantee the Subway choice instead of Downfall being an option. Either way, I believe we are good to go. Man gets his gun, seems to be fine. They are setting up on defense for round number 2.
Go there.
Keep an eye on the double cross, but it's going to be a very split push here. Dante getting invested in the north. Also are sending one south. I believe it's Doctor. Barx finds Ninja Monkey up there on the overpass. Buster posted up, waiting for any sort of movement here from the south entry. Marvin is out. Nomad goes down in a trade. One shot does swing around here. Is he going to be ready for Ghoul? He does seem to be holding the angle, tries to pre-fire on the corner, but Ghoul finds the pick, and the on-objective defense is looking a bit weak. Any rotations are risky now as well because they have control of the south and the north and catch out any sort of rotation coming out through the center. I think everyone's pretty tucked in. Stony and Tankbuster, the final two defenders for this West Coast Riders defense. This is the perfect answer back for Questcumbers right now. Great peak timing on Stony. Really nice timing there. Ghoul pushes up, is on objective. A huge pickup again from Stony. Ghoul looking for the cap. He wanted to push this one up 3-1. Tankbuster didn't have the angle. He was focused on the south, and now it's going to come down to Varix and Dante. The 2v2, a really solid hold for West Coast Riders. Stony with two key pickups. Tankbuster shuts down the north. And now Varix comes into the 1v2. Has the high ground. Sees the rotation here from Stony. Takes the shots. Can't quite land him. Stony's able to tuck himself in. Don't know if Varix realizes he's the last one alive, but he's trying to scope in and get a little extra zoom so he can deny this res from coming out. Instantly picking up. No, Nomad actually downing him in the efforts to shoot Varix. He does finally find the shots, and a bit of a interesting finale there to that round, but things are tied up 1-1. All tied up 1-1 apiece in the final map decider here on Subway. The bronze matchup of the day here for Wednesday, delivering through and through. Appreciate the shout outs in chat, but we do have, look, we got a very good casting team. Really great new additions to the squad. Theta and Mono putting in work on the casting side of things. Anonymous coming in tomorrow with Mono. If you want to tune into that one, I highly recommend it. Two great new casters to the squad, and obviously we got a ton of veterans that put together some great casts. And so, as I do say, hit that follow button, because it's not just me putting out good casts here. It's a full team, and I think the whole team is a very good, well-developed casting squad. I am getting some information. Yeah, it looks like gotta do a little bit of back-end work here. I think they did a reset and the lobby bugged and put a point. It's like a bit of a lobby issue, but I think things have been sorted. Need everyone on the appropriate side. Thank you for dealing with the technical difficulties.
Downstairs, you go right and go up.
744, 2363.
Either way, I don't think we're going to get this objective once because of some odd lobby issues, so. Questcumbers defending up top, and West Coast Riders going to go with the four-man push up the north. No contesting on this main street. It's going to come down to the sex shop battle. Anthrax is holding this corner. Swings and catches. Ninja unexpecting. The question is it going to be ready for more? Here comes some utility down his way. That catches a ledge. So Anthrax fully visioned here. Dante coming up over the top, reinforcing. So now there's two checking the angle. Anthrax catches out a third. Can be res, but West Coast Riders getting shut down on this approach. Nomad is going to be here. Finds Dante. Anthrax gets picked up, and
Scratch 2.
the odds even just a little bit. Stony going to reinforce this push, and they got to be careful about Varex coming in from the backside. There he is. Down goes Nomad, and now it's a 1v3. Stony all on his own. He doesn't have much to worry about until he gets up to that approach on objective. Ghoul going to be there waiting for him. But he has a path. Pick up Ghoul, and then catch Marvin rotating to him. Marvin's going to come actually and reinforce. And that's the good spot for him to be in. This spot incredibly hard to ID. Without a flashlight, you cannot see a Volk defender in there. You can't see anyone in there, and so if Ghoul goes down, it's going to be an interesting pickup for Stony, but Ghoul holds a nice angle here. Ooh, I think this might be the right move, though. Stony goes prone as he comes around the corner. Down goes Ghoul. Marvin's going to rotate off his position, as is Varix. They're going to come around and reinforce. Decent idea to throw the flash. You saw Marvin tuck in to avoid being blinded by it, but if it was a flash, it would have hit him. I think Varix might have the angle soon enough on Stony here. Another nade. That's a fantastic flash. Catches Varix and Marvin. Stony can push up off it, but instead he just does a quick cross. Counter nade coming out. I don't think that catches Stony. Might give Marvin some false confidence to swing too wide. Either way, Stony in a position that I just don't think Marvin can spot. And that's information for Stony to work with, but it's not enough. Varix able to win the trade. Marvin stays alive, and Questcumbers hold on to their Volk round 2-1. Like I said, because of some lobby issues, we had to do some switching around of teams and whatnot, but we're going to be off of that objective after just a round. And now on to the underground OBJ. West Coast Riders getting to defend this one, and we'll see. I don't know what is going to come of this series. Questcumbers are looking focused right now and have done well to defend that last round. The West Coast Riders, can't count them out yet. I mean, they took Cargo 4-1. Battled every way through Suburbia, and I think we're going to get a 3-3 finale here for map 3, to be honest.
Yeah, let's just go.
West Coast Riders
Oh my god, my baby's crying.
into round number 4. Shot's going to be getting aggressive in the underground, but there's a very weak underground approach coming in here from Questcumbers. Heavily focused up on the north entry from the stairs, it seems. Ghoul just being safe, making sure it wasn't an enemy. I was watching to make sure it wasn't a team kill going in from Ghoul, but either way, all three here are pushing in through the north stairs. You can see off in the distance Dr. Anthrax coming in from the south. Varix scoops up one in the underground. Go down to him and see if he can find himself another, because one shot is there. Shot pops up, catches Varix unaware. A big pickup for one shot. Let's go back on board to the upstairs push coming in from the north and from the south. Doc not quite lining up on time-wise here with Marvin on the approach in the stairs. Not something that needs to be synced, but it certainly helps. Tank gonna go unnoticed. Nomad also doesn't get spotted. Marvin gonna catch some bullets to the back. Information for Dante to work with. Getting a little too peeky on the corner there. Botches his nade toss, scoops it up off the ground, and just chucks it. Not where he wanted that one to go. Maybe the flash will find better success. I think that actually might get Nomad and Tank. Does he work off of it? Let's see. No, he doesn't. Tanky and Nomad both swaying, having an angle. Ghoul has an idea of Tank's location, but a little bit worried about Nomads, and the kill coming in from Stony. On to Doctor, coming in from the south. Questcumbers, excuse me, West Coast Riders. A very solid hold. Push their lead back up 2-2. Guess it's not a lead if you're tied, is it? Again, what a excellent Sunday night battle here, delivered by the likes of two bronze teams, Questcumbers and West Coast Riders, two brand new teams to the league as of Season 10. And they have really been going at it today. Some solid teamwork, some solid coordination, good comms on both sides. They're focused. You know, just the flashes maybe just missing, the nades not quite in the right place, and it then comes down to some interesting negotiations around corners. Some really good nades, some really nice flashes as well. So just a solid display from both teams today, honestly. Definitely developing over the course of the games they've been playing in, and excited to see how they sort of really evolved throughout the rest of the season and going into Season 11. So exciting times if you're playing in the league. You know, it's we highlight everything here on the casting. You know, we have the two new teams here, two brand new teams to the league. Gonna be on stream tomorrow. And, you know, if you're new to the game, there's plenty of teams recruiting. Tons of new teams joining on a regular basis. And plenty of good competition to go up against, no matter what skill level you're at. So I do encourage it. Head on over to vrmasterleague.com. You can register for a team, join to be a reservist. And if a team needs you, they can pull you in. A uncontested push coming in from Nomad, Tank, and Ninja. Uh-oh, a botch nade at Ninja's foot. Tank gonna have to tuck around, and they're actually flashing comms from their teammates. So they heard Stony in one shot, thought it was an enemy, and it flashed this typical defensive position. So, you know, just a bit of a misunderstanding maybe on who was what there, but we'll see if hopefully they let that one go. One shot and Stony going to continue to work their way underground, and if they can time it right, it's going to be nice. They're going to have Nomad coming in from the south, Tank and Ninja coming in from the north. It's just going to come down to if West Coast Riders can line everything up and make it all happen at the same time. The north entry set up. The south entry set up. Let's go on board Stony underground. He's got himself a shield. They don't have to worry much about C4. That's off the table. Smoke's obviously off the table. We haven't seen him today. They do have to worry about some potential defenders tucked into some nefarious locations. Let's also keep our eye on Nomad, who is getting pretty dang close to pushing out through the south stairwell. Again, it's going to come down to if they can line up their timing. Stony and One Shot are still a little bit behind. Ninja goes down. Dante picks him up. Marvin's still holding that angle. Dante flashed. The attention. Varex catches Stony underground. One Shot's going to try his luck.
Right shoulder down.
Marvin catches Nomad. One Shot finds a pick, an important one. Could open up an entry point here. He's going to have to find Dante and Marvin next. He's got a shield to block some bullets. And it does deny Dante the initial kill. Marvin gets a bit aggressive. One Shot tries to one-hand an LMG. He's not going to find a whole lot of success with that. Decides to drop the shield. Gets two hands on. But he is under heavy suppressive fire, and he is the last one alive. Well, there's one. He knows Dante's there in the corner. He spots him, but can't land the shots. There, he finally does. Took him a while to line up the recoil from the LMG and catch the corner of Dante's shoulder, but the trade works in favor of Questcumbers. And we go now to what could be series point for Questcumbers. But it's tough when you're on the offense, especially on Subway. Well, as I say that, but the objective we are headed to is one that is probably the most capable. North stairwell. Certainly not an easy one to defend, and seeing new teams really struggle finding the proper setup to defend this objective. I'm curious to see what WCR are going to bring to the table on their defensive setup here. full minute and a half getting used up by the likes of either squad. Sort of hashing out their plan in the pregame lobby. They have a map, they have a pen, and they very well could be drawing up the winning strategy to this series. If you're Questcumbers, that is. West Coast Riders have to simply defend, and then they're going to have to attack this objective if they want to take a map W. So quite a wild one to really end the series on, but should be exciting nonetheless. You really get some interesting potential early trades on the stairwell there, and also some wild corner exchanges as the round unfolds. So we'll see what happens for round number 5, 6. I can count.
Alright, guys. All we gotta do is hold them off here and fuck them up.
All
for the
we
next
gotta
round.
do. All we gotta do is don't get shot.
Questcumbers were favored on the connoisseur vote here.
Talk to me, I'm getting shot. I'm gonna be
Heavy vote favor, 12-0. But West Coast Riders have done a good job of making the connoisseurs sweat. Certainly putting this one down to the wire. Ninja is posting up into a pretty early spot. Vulnerable to nades, but no utility coming out from either side just yet. There's a good flash. That is going to get Marvin and Dante, I believe. Dante caught exposed. Marvin backpedaling into the corner. He should be able to swing out. Ninja most likely not going to be ready for this. Actually moves off the pin pull, so Marvin feeling uncomfortable tucked in. Tried to get the flash of his own, but Ninja advanced past it, catches the kill before he's blinded. And a very, very good start for West Coast Riders. Stoney's shooting at whispers in the wind. We're actually going to have to stay on board Ninja. He's trying to get aggressive. Varx able to shut him down up top. And an unfortunate loss for West Coast Riders, an unnecessary one. Could have been 5-3, but either way, they still have an advantage. We'll just see if Questcumbers can chip away at the defense or not. It's going to be a while before Virox is into the equation. Let's take a look at Ghoul's positioning. He's working underground. Probably the best approach. He'll be able to pop up to the stairs and be closest to contesting. Anthrax, meanwhile, has rotated in from the south stairwell. He's actually already here, the one closest to the action. Nice angle from Tank Buster. Gets one. Stoney putting out some suppressive fire. Up in this, again, some mystery location. Thinks he's seeing things down there, but maybe just trying to draw the attention of the enemy with audio noise. Either way, he actually might have an angle onto Ghoul here soon enough. Ghoul able to catch Stoney. Tank Buster trying to thread the needle through the train windows there, but can't quite find the shots. Ghoul super exposed. Tank Buster finds that opportunity. Varx with a nice refrag. And now it's a 1v2. Gonna come down to how Varx approaches the objective. If he can find these two picks, he's got his team a Series W. If he doesn't, West Coast Riders have done exactly what they needed to do to take it to round 7. Minute 45 left on the clock for him to work with. It's kind of a contrast here. This is a short-range map, but the teams have been spending their time and patiently working their way up on this one in particular. We were done with maps 1 and 2 in an hour's time. This has taken 45 minutes to get us to this point for map number 3. So the team's really taking every round down to the last minute, sometimes past it. And this is a close one. 50 left on the clock, and Virex nearing engagement territory. Pad comes out, bullets go in, Nomad
One more.
secures the final kill. We are all tied up here in map number 3. A quick suburbia, a quick cargo, but a lengthy battle and brawl to round things off. I mean, we're taking it to a round 7 on a map 3 decider. Doesn't get any spicier than that moment right there.
I'll be here. Somebody go to the back spot here.
Round number 7.
Where are you? You're gonna go.
Map number 3.
Watch my opposite direction.
The series comes down to this.
That's all over there.
And it has been a good one, to say the least.
Which side?
Bit of uncertainty on this Questcumbers defense. It does seem to be lacking a bit. We're gonna have to watch Ghoul. He seems to be close to potential negotiation. An underground approach. Actually, no, it's Nomad and Tank, excuse me. But honestly, the on-objective defenders, not a lot of them. Stony, Ninja, One Shot, don't have to invest any utility to get up here. And honestly, if they can just pick off El Marvin and Dante, it's going to be a very uphill battle for West Coast, for Questcumbers. Ninja scraping around in his living room as he goes prone to get the angle. Marvin scoops up one, a nice pickup from him. One Shot has an eye on. Certainly a risky angle to hold, and nade comes in. Marvin catches some bullets to the shoulder. Ninja nearly swings in front of that, but Ninja continuing his charge down. Dante goes into a trade. Marvin flashes out, gets One Shot. No, One Shot actually catches him in a trade, and the on-objective defense is gone. Doesn't matter much. School's down in the rotation. The swing actually almost costs them the series. Nomad nearly picks up 2, and now Varx is in a tough spot. Comes out, tries to get the res. Rounds coming in from Tank Buster. He gets 1. Ghoul goes down. Varix caught in a bind. 3-2. As Tank and Nomad wreak havoc on this center defense because they're all now trying to rotate onto objective. Flashbang comes out, doesn't get far enough. Res comes out. 4 up now for Questcumbers. on objective defense is salvaged. And now Varek's going to be the point man for this defensive setup. Tank actually catches one on top of Varek's there, and Nomad hasn't ID'd Varek's yet. Varek's playing this very patiently. Somehow Nomad just hasn't looked down. Nomad gets picked up. Varek's looking to finalize this one for Questcumbers. Tank Buster does get a kill. He gets picked up by Dante.
Let's go! Push, high five, bro.
High five, high five.
High five.
Yeah.
The celebration from Questcumbers comes in, and a well-earned victory for them locks in the series as a whole. A solid bit of gameplay from both teams today. Absolutely a joy to tune into. And there it is, the final score line. West Coast Riders actually winning in points. But not winning the overall series because the map wins go to Questcumbers. A really exciting back and forth here today. I'm glad I tuned into this bronze battle, and I'm sure the teams are going to enjoy tuning into this one and watching it back, learning from their struggles. But again, thank you for everyone that has tuned in today to this series. A shout out to all the folks in chat. I do appreciate you dropping by. We've had a couple of new follows. I appreciate those as well. Shout out to all of our sponsors that help come in and contribute prizing to the league. That's right, there's some prizing on the line. Not for the necessarily lower teams in the ladder, but when it comes down to it, the top teams in the league compete for $1,500 in prizing and $3,500 in sponsorship gear. So a good bit on the line for these teams to eventually aspire to, and that's what they're all kind of grinding for. So fun to watch the teams develop over the course of a season, and these two teams really putting out a great performance today on both ends. I got nothing to complain about. It was a fun one to watch. That's going to be it from me. My voice is about done. But again, thanks for tuning in. My name is Ben NightFiree with 2 E's. I'll see you all later this week with more VRML action. Don't miss it.